Ryan here with Prudential Pest Solutions, and we had a yellow jacket nest in a ceiling, and this one was in Coatesville, PA, which is in southeastern Pennsylvania in Chester County. So what had happened, this was in an upstairs laundry room, and the client they had noticed a hole in their ceiling develop, about a dime-sized hole, and there were a bunch of yellow jackets, both alive and dead, inside the utility room. So they put a piece of tape over it very wisely to keep the rest of the yellow jackets in there. And you can see just when I remove the tape that live yellow jackets start coming out of it. So what I'm using today is I have a product called Pyrocide 100, and I have it in a motorized aerosol dispenser, and I'm just going to inject into that area. And this is the same that we do with all these other nests. We inject directly into the nest, and then once the activity in that ceiling void ceases, then we kind of open it up. And you'll see how thin that drywall was because the nest is right above this hole, which is how they were able to break through into the room. And when they're in the nest and building the nest, they kind of chew at that drywall, and it becomes just almost paper thin. And you'll see when we go to remove it what that looks like. So we can see just a little bit of the nest there. And we'll get to open it up and take a better look and then remove it. So you can see just even with a pocket knife, I'm able to just cut right through that drywall. And again, that's when it's not damaged. That drywall is 1/2 inch thick, and you'd never be able to do that with just a pocket knife that easily. So that just demonstrates how thin that drywall is, how compromised it was. So all I'm doing, I'm just removing the damaged section. We don't need to remove a huge section of it, just the damaged part. And then once we remove the nest, we'll get it all cleaned up and tape it off. So there's a nice close-up. And this is right over top of their washer and dryer. So we have a tarp down. I have the door closed so that we contain all the yellow jackets to this space here. And of course, I'm wearing my bee suit. And then we'll get everything cleaned up when we're all done. Okay, so now the nest is treated, and we're going to start removing it out of there. So I'm just kind of separating the comb from each other because they kind of stack it on top of each other, and then they attach it to the insulation of the ceiling joist. So we'll just scrape it all off, remove it, and then like I said, we're going to apply a long-term residual dust into there to kill off any future ones. But we got to make sure everything's cleaned out. And where these yellow jackets were entering on the outside was they were entering into the soffit right outside of the laundry room here, and then they just made their way in. So that was a good, maybe 3-4 feet from the outside wall, which again is why if you just took a spray can and saw yellow jackets flying in and out of the soffit on the outside, and you just sprayed where you saw them, yeah, you'll kill some yellow jackets, but you'll never get into the nest itself, which is why we have to suit up and do a direct treatment to the nest. So we're just making sure everything's cleaned out. We're going to make the drywall look a little bit prettier so we can tape it off and make whoever has to repair the drywall's job a little bit easier. And another successful yellow jacket treatment and removal. So again, this client was in Coatesville, Pennsylvania, which is in Chester County in southeastern Pennsylvania, and we are the yellow jacket, hornet, bee, and wasp experts. So if you have a yellow jacket, bee, hornet, or wasp issue, call or text Prudential Pest Solutions at 484-401-4361. And if you check out some of our other videos, you'll see some more close-ups of hornets and yellow jackets and what the actual nest makeup is. But another job done.